Very good morning, dear students. Today, in this video, we are going to look into the basic functions of human resource management, especially related to the human resource process. Before we understand what is the human resource process that is being followed in any organization, let us quickly try and understand what is the meaning of human resource management. When we talk about human resource management, generally people talk about recruitment, hiring, selection, training, induction, and all these basic functions of human resource. Whenever we talk about the human resource management in an organization, we usually refer it to the backbone of an organization because one of the greatest assets that any organization considers is the human resource, which cannot be quickly replaced by the old people who are existing in an organization. Hence, human asset is considered to be one of the greatest asset of an organization, or considered also to be the backbone of every organization to achieve its organizational goals. Now, in order to practice human resource, it involves a careful strategizing, a good leadership skill, and also other business practices. A company or an organization's HR department is usually responsible for creating, putting into effect, and also overseeing the policies governing workers and the relationship of the organization within its employees. On a whole, the whole human resource management process revolves on achieving the strategic goals of the organization by creating a positive environment. Hence, we can summarize human resource management as a process of appointing or recruiting and selecting the right person at the right place and at the right time. So when a human resource manager tries to execute or select a particular candidate and appoint him or place him to the right department at the right time and the right place, he or she is set to achieve the organizational goals and create a positive work environment among themselves, which will help the organization to achieve their objectives and also have a good cordial relationship among the employees working in the company. Moving further, we will quickly understand what is the process that the human resource management follows. Now, in any case of in any organization, this is the general process of human resource that is generally followed in any type of the organization, irrespective of the nature of business. The first step of human resource process starts with human resource planning, followed by recruitment, followed by selection, where they select the right candidate for the right job. Once the candidates are selected, they move on for orientation programs, or otherwise called as induction, and also they provide trainings at terms whenever they are required. And then after a certain period of time where the employees have worked in an organization, they do the process of performance management, or also called as performance appraisal, followed by compensation and other benefits that the HR or the company provides its employees. And as a long-term vision or as a strategic goal, they also plan for the career development. Now we will quickly understand what these each terms mean and how is it relevant to the process of human resource management. As I said you, the first and foremost process of human resource management is human resource planning, where a human resource department plans or foresees the future requirement of human resource that is required in an organization, irrespective of the department what they are looking for. So in a company, we might have multiple departments, maybe manufacturing or operations department, we have facilities department, we have finance department, we have accounts department, and many more to come. So irrespective of the department specific, the human resource manager will have to foresee what would be the future requirement of each and every department, and also what particular skills are required in a particular employee in order to run the particular department in the future. Because as we know, technology and other things needs upgradation, and when you are recruiting employees, we should also make sure that these people are recruited with appropriate skills that are required to run the show for a longer period of time. So in simple, human resource planning is the first and the foremost step of a human resource manager, where he or she tries to plan out the future requirement of human resource or people required in a particular department, along with the skill set that they require to work in. Once the human resource planning process is done, the second process is to do recruitment by the human resource management team. Now, in the process of recruitment, the human resource manager tries to stimulate a lot many people to apply for a job. So that is where you find both online and offline recruitments happening, where recruitment and selection are two complete different process. Now, recruitment is a process where a particular organization stimulates a particular individual to apply for a job by making it attractive as much as possible. That is where the job of a HR comes into role, where they give you a particular job description and then they ask you to apply for a particular job. So the recruitment process of a company is strengthened by the number of applications that a particular company receives at the time of but whenever there is a particular job vacancy. Once these recruitments happen, then comes the process of selection, where out of the recruited candidates or out of the applied candidates for a particular job, the human resource manager tries to filter out the candidates and then calls them for an interview. So, filtering out the candidates out of those who have applied for a particular job and then making them attend the interview process is called as a selection process. So here, in the selection process, the major role of a HR is to identify and select competent employees who well suit a particular skill or the particular requirement of a particular organization. So once a particular employee is being selected, and then the HR follows with induction or orientation program, where the human resource manager and the persons working in the department, any one of them will take a lead on providing orientation or induction to a particular employee, where it helps you to understand what are the roles and responsibilities that you are going to take up in an organization, what are the policies and procedures that an organization is following, etc. So after the induction process that happens in the organization, they provide you training in order to make you equipped with the particular skill and knowledge that is required for the particular job that you have been recruited for. Now, once training is done, after a certain period of time, they will try to evaluate how well you have performed in an organization according to the set standard that has been fixed. So each and every organization, irrespective of the department, has its own policies, has its own standard operating procedures, or has its own targets in sense. So in performance management or in performance appraisal, the reporting manager or the head HR will be responsible to assess whatever is your performance and what is your contribution towards the organization over a stipulated period of time will be measured both in terms of qualitative as well as quantitative factor. Once performance management or appraisal is being done, the company plans for any kind of compensation or benefits that are to be provided from the company's end to you as an employee. Now, the compensation and benefits that the company provides can both be monetary or non-monetary in nature, depending upon the company's policies and the cost at which they have recruited you for. So, as a long-term goal, the human resource management process does not stop only with compensation and benefits, but also looks into the career growth or the perspective of an employee for a longer term point of view, where they plan for strategic growth and strategic development. That is, for example, when I get appointed into an organization, let's say after a period of 5 years or 7 years down the lane, where do I see myself? Am I climbing up the ladder in the career that I am put in for? Is also the role of a human resource manager, where he or she is in a position to assess you better and is able to promote you to the next higher levels. So that is called as career development, where by doing a proper career planning, you try to retain competent and high performing employees in the organization. So by following this entire process of human resource management, the major aim of a human resource manager is to make sure that they achieve the organizational goals and objectives of the organization. So by this, I hope you have all got a gist of what is human resource management process and what are the steps and procedures that is generally followed in by an organization. So thank you. See you all again in the next video.